Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, folks, Christmas Day, I decided to do a show, and I was going to have a little bit of fun with this one. These are some teams that I've been watching pretty closely, and I can see them being very dangerous next year. I'm not going to talk about the Georgia, Texas, Alabama. Those three teams, we already know they've got the talent. They're good. But these other teams could be special. Yeah, this is a danger Will Robinson situation.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
And one that I've been particularly watching, actually two. South Carolina got some great news today, and I mean, it's outstanding. Yeah, LANORRIS Sellers just signed his NIL deal, and hold on to your hat, folks. $2.7
million.
Now, I told you he could probably name his price. This is a guy that's an outstanding scrambler, probably could be the best running quarterback out there next year. And he's developing quite quickly. He's starting to improve as he goes. And they also signed Dylan Stewart to at least a $1 million deal too, who's on the defensive line, who is an outstanding freshman. And he really showed out this year. So South Carolina should be feeling pretty good. They're going to be dangerous. They're coming off a 9-3. They were a team nobody wanted to play by the end of the year. They almost got in the playoff, and they're coming off a losing record the year before. Shane Beamer has been on the hot seat not once, but twice. It's Christmas Day. I'm going to leave him alone about the sign stealing in 2022. Cut him a little slack today.
You serious, Clark?
But they could be a very dangerous team next year. Now, I say that, and, you know, they'll go back to being South Carolina, but I tell you what, this LANORRIS Sellers, I've been watching him all year. He's a guy that if he keeps developing, he could be one of the best players in this country. He really could. And I'm seeing that at another place too. And this is a team that you know is my nemesis. They are my Newman.
Hey.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
That's the Florida Gators, Billy Napier. I'm going to tell you, well, this DJ Lagway is a darn good player. He was a big-time five-star. He looked great as a true freshman, and he, like LANORRIS Sellers, has the size you need to play in the SEC right away. 6'3", 240, 250, right in that neighborhood. He's got a better arm than LANORRIS. He doesn't scramble quite as good as LANORRIS, but almost. And he gets that hamstring squared away, and he's going to be good to go. Look for Florida to be very difficult next year. They finally kind of got things rolling. They're coming off 3 losing seasons in a row. This year, they went 8-5 with a win over Tulane, beat the crap out of them. DJ still throws interceptions. He's still a freshman, but I tell you what, he's got an excellent arm. You can see the game's probably going to slow down for him next year. So look for Florida to be an up-and-comer. All right, folks, I do want to talk about Vanderbilt a little bit. Now, do I think they're going to be a world beater or anything like that? No, I don't see that happening. But Diego Pavia coming back for next year, get an extra year, or at least he got an injunction in his lawsuit against the NCAA, could very well play next year. And if he does that, Vanderbilt will be pretty darn good. And this is a team that's been a doormat for years and years, and this year they beat 3 SEC clubs: Kentucky, Auburn, and the vaunted Alabama.
My Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yep, and that's, you know, look, they're the Alabama state champions now. And Diego has been like Superman. I mean, he has played fantastic. SEC Shorts has had a great time with him. I know they're thrilled over there to have him coming back possibly. So look for Vanderbilt to, you know, be a little bit, they're a little bit dangerous. If you can beat Alabama and Auburn in the same year, you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
So I don't want to put too much into it, but look, everybody's got to be rooting a little bit for Vanderbilt. Everybody likes the underdog, and they certainly are. So look for Vandy to be a little bit dangerous. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about my Tennessee Vols. Had a darn good year, 10-2 in the regular season, got whooped at Ohio State. And here's the thing that I think will happen from this. One of two things. Either you're going to see, okay, we've got a talent gap that we've got to close in on, or we'll be like, oh, well, we're just not that good. That won't happen. You've got Josh Heupel, who is an incredibly competitive person. He's done a fantastic job. 30 wins over the last 3 seasons. Took over a dumpster fire from the Jeremy Pruitt nightmare, the NCAA investigation, lost 25 scholarships, $8 million. I mean, it was bad. And he managed to get us through that and had 3 really nice seasons in a row. He's got Nico Iamaleava, who I think is going to be outstanding next year. He was a darn good freshman quarterback this year, but the game will slow down for him. But here's the other thing. Unlike the DJ or the LANORRIS, he's not nearly as stout. Well, he's now going to be in his redshirt sophomore year. He'll have had 3 seasons in the weight room, and he needed it. He was a skinny guy with a fantastic arm, which he has a better arm than both of those guys, but he's not as big and strong as they are. He's a darn good scrambler. You saw that in the Ohio State game, and he's tough. He'll take a hit and crack his helmet and everything and get right up and go right back at it. But the thing about these really tall guys, 6'6", is they take a little bit longer to develop because they're a little bit skinnier. It's just the way that it is. But once they get it, they become a nightmare because they can see over the line. He's got that great arm. If he becomes a really good scrambler, which I think he already is, he's only going to get better. So that's another team that could get dangerous. The other thing is I think the Tennessee Vols fans saw the talent gap, and we've seen it with Georgia. We saw that down in Athens. We've seen it, even though they didn't have the wide receivers to really exploit some opportunities. Ohio State did. And you can see we're going to have to help Josh Heupel and the Vols, and I think Danny White probably saw that as well. Josh clearly saw it. They'll look at the film and go, okay, we've got some talent gaps here we need to fill. And the way to do that, they're going to have to raise money. And it's the way it is. The fans are going to have to help them, and I think we will. I think we'll do that, and we need to get our recruiting and we need to get our transfer portal up to the top 5, top 6 if we want to compete for natties, which is the whole point. That's what Tennessee wants. We're not satisfied with 8, 9, 10 wins, which is darn good in the SEC. We don't want to be a team that every third year gets in the playoff and then gets knocked out in the first round. That's not going to satisfy us. So hopefully that's what happens here. We realize, hey, we're going to have to make some changes, and we're going to have to help our coaches and help the athletic department and help Spire Sports a little bit. And look, it's the world we live in now. And I think the Volunteers, we've literally had 30,000 people travel to Ohio for that ball game. They're going to get on board, and they're going to help the Vols become better. And look, our fan base is not only incredibly important to the team. You see that every single weekend we play at Neyland, what a big deal they are. This is such a rabid fan base. I think they're going to get behind this team and realize we got a problem we need to fix. It's not a bad problem. Spire Sports is doing great. They really are. I don't have the exact numbers, but we need to get them up a little bit. We need to help them. And, there's nothing wrong with that. That's every team's trying to do that, and that's what we'll do. So, those are the 3 teams that I think are going to be very dangerous next year. South Carolina, Florida, and the Vols. I just think they're going to be really dangerous. They're going to be tough to deal with. They're going to have quarterbacks that have had some experience now, that are very talented. And I tell you, when you run up on a team with a quarterback that can really play, it makes things very difficult. Tennessee's defense has improved. South Carolina's defense has improved. Florida, I think they fixed their problems on defense. They looked a lot better this year than they have been in the past. And a lot of that has to do with how good your quarterback is. When he goes out and does an inspiring play or makes a great play, your defense is like, we got to do something. We got to help this guy. And they've got that now. You've seen how much better they are with DJ playing at quarterback. So those are just a few of the teams that I think are going to be very dangerous and to keep an eye on. And I know it probably surprises you I'm talking about South Carolina and Florida because I've already suffered through Shane Beamer winning Coach of the Year this year, which has been really hard on me.
Surprised, Eddie? If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
And next year, I've told you my biggest fear for 2025 is Billy Napier winning Coach of the Year. I don't know that I could tolerate that. The Shane Beamer thing's bad enough, but if Billy Napier wins Coach of the Year, it'll be devastating.
It's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No!
It'll take me a full season to recover from it. So I'm not rooting for Florida at all, as you know, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that they're on the rise. I am glad that Billy stayed, though. I'd much rather had Billy there than dadgum Lane Kiffin. So anyway, I'm trying to be fair. It's Christmas. I need to be fair. Anyway, I hope y'all had a great Christmas. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, boom, boom. Hit that little button right here. It won't cost you a dime. Help you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video. YouTube, thanks you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.